Somebody in this camp ain't what he appears to be. Right now, that may be one or two of us. By spring, it could be all of us. So how do we know who's human? If it was an imitation, a perfect imitation, how would you know if it was really me? Welcome to Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest, a weekly podcast where movie enthusiasts, current and ex-movie theater projectionists, new and old friends, take the time to talk about a movie that we just watched and answer that very question, should or shouldn't you watch this? Man, is the warmest place to hide.
Is that the tagline?
Yeah.
That's real?
Yeah.
Who came up with that?
A genius of marketing.
A genius. Yeah, marketing genius. Here's the trailer. I think this is the one that we just watched that looks like garbage.
Some say the world will end by fire.
Oh, this is different.
Others say it will end by ice. Now, somewhere in the Antarctic, the question is being settled forever.
This is great.
Forever.
John Carpenter's The Thing. Coming this summer from Universal Pictures.
Rated R. That's it. That's the teaser.
I mean, it definitely gets you interested. It's no documentary.
No. Joining me today is reoccurring guests. Why do you need my blood, tribe? And I'm not myself, Cole.
That sounds like something I'd say.
You are violating my rights.
Squiggly tentacles, Marines.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a legal seizure.
Yeah, exactly.
This is under the Bill of Rights. You are violating the Bill of Rights.
I'm not going to cry.
Yeah. Let's see. I wanted
Am I being detained?
I wanted to look this up. When was the last time you guys were on the show?
I don't remember. I picked Project Wolf Hunting. That garbage.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah. So last October was when that was released. So
So it's me next, or is it Taylor?
glad you guys are back.
You.
Well, glad to have you guys back on the show. If Cole would stop traveling, then we could have you guys on the show more.
Traveling makes it sound like he's doing it for fun.
That's only
yeah,
like
work.
10% of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I call you up in the air Cole for a reason. All right, here are the details for the movie that we're about to review.
John Carpenter's personal favorite film.
Is it?
A research team in Antarctica is hunted by a shape-shifting alien that assumes the appearance of its victims. I hate that description. It's very spoilery. Like, if you didn't know anything about it,
Yeah, you don't need any of that stuff.
that's not good. It's just what it should be like a team in Antarctica,
Discovers something strange.
something strange that
Horror
Could-
visits.
could hurt the team. I don't know, something. Not that. It's very spoilery. Directed by John Carpenter, director of such hits as Halloween, Escape from New York, Big Trouble in Little China, which we've reviewed on the show, and most recently on The Cock, Suburban Screams. Did you guys know that he did a show on The Cock, the Peacock?
No.
Yeah.
So is it like just like an introduction thing? It's not
think-
like actually directing. He's playing video games and smoking weed.
He did one episode. He directed one episode. It's basically like
Oh, okay.
they like it's a series, and it's real life stories that they recreate, like real life.
Oh,
like
okay.
killing.
I mean,
serial killers or some.
He's effectively retired and is again smoking weed, playing video games, and he's like, "Yeah, it's fun."
Sounds like a great time.
No, it seems great.
Yeah. Top billed stars are Kurt Russell, Wilford the Beatus Brimley, and Keith David.
Yeah.
Those are the top billed stars. A crisp 1 hour and 49 minutes. Rated R. Genre on Rotten Tomatoes says horror and sci-fi, and mystery and thriller.
Yeah, sure. I like all those.
It's fine.
I mean,
Seems
the
like a lot.
mystery. I don't think. I mean, kind of. It's but it's
Well,
not.
You're
Not like
You don't get like
Agatha
the who.
Christie.
Yeah, you don't get
Yeah.
like the whodunit payoff that a mystery has
Yeah.
because it's not that. Yeah, it's not that.
Well, you don't get a conclusive ending.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, obviously there's
Spoiler alert.
There's a level of mystery to it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to edit that out.
I might have to. But listen to, okay, so IMDb, I have a beef with IMDb early on in the show because I was trying to do some of the research when I wasn't by my computer. So I had the app open on my phone. The genres are different from the desktop version than the, mobile version.
I hate that. That happens
Listen to
for
this.
a lot of things.
This is crazy.
Got to be different.
where you
design
lose
tags, maybe.
info, like when you're on the mobile website.
IMDb app says alien invasion, body horror, monster horror on the app. But on the desktop, it says horror, mystery, and sci-fi.
Alien invasion's a terrible, terrible word to use.
Horrible.
It's not it's not that at all. I mean, it's like if you squint at it, you're like, okay, I guess in a sense there's a similarity, but that's not. No.
I like the desktop version. Horror, mystery, sci-fi. That's good.
No, it could be. I mean, it's
That's what I'm saying. It's like, like if you were gonna make
Its
it
whole
a strict,
purpose is-
but when people think alien invasion, they think like
Multiple aliens
Independence Day or
well, it's a low key alien invasion.
like War of the Worlds.
It's John Wick, basically a one man.
You're not thinking, you're not thinking that. It's like that's
a soul.
yeah. It's
husky.
like you wouldn't call Predator an alien invasion movie. You
No,
could.
you could, but you
It's-
shouldn't.
Yeah,
The
it's, like,
second
it's misleading.
The second one, when he takes on New York, that I could see as an alien
Yeah,
invasion.
that could
with Danny
be.
Glover.
I
That
could
I
say
would
that.
classify.
I could see that.
I don't know. Like,
Predator
they all
2 is
come at
great.
the end and like take the other guy.
He came at New York, not just some random guys in the jungle like the first one. He came to us. That's an invasion.
I have problems with Predator too, but I won't go into it. It's the structure.
amazing.
It's the structure of it that bothers me. Anyway,
Suffice it to say, get your story straight, IMDb.
yeah, that's
Put the appropriate hashtags.
database rot. That's what it is.
Speaking of IMDb, they give it an 8.2 out of 10
That's right. Should be a 10 out of 10, and no other opinions should be allowed other than mine.
from 459,000 reviews.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes gives us an 85% from 84 critics and 90.
Really? They're negative.
That's what I was just
I
reading
wonder,
about.
they're probably from the are they from like the day of?
That's from the
You get-
80s.
Yeah, you run into
It's a
problems.
mix.
You run into problems with like stuff where like things that are like retroactively beloved.
It was too gory for the.
That's what I was gonna
critics back
say.
in
It's
the
like,
day.
and I think you could argue that it for some people will not like it for that reason.
I mean, this
But
is the debut of the PG-13, so I could see how people were. I mean, it was either toned down or it was over the top, so it was depending on.
This wasn't PG-13.
Well,
no. I mean, this
saying
was
that-
around the creation.
Oh, yeah.
Films were kind of really hit and miss depending
it was
on.
like, yeah, it was either PG or R.
There was either no violence or it was so over the top that you're kind of in shock.
It was actually
like Rambo.
It was Red Dawn was the first one.
Red Dawn
It was
was
because of Indiana Jones too.
and
you
the
know?
Temple of Doom. Yep, correct.
That's what I mean. I think it was like 1984 or 5.
Yeah, and this was 82. So yeah, I mean, it would have been before that middle ground.
Culture shock was changing a little bit.
So 92% from normal people on Rotten Tomatoes from 100,000 plus audience ratings.
That's what saved it from being a critical and a box office bomb in both regards.
Correct. And we'll talk about that a little bit more probably next week, but you're right.
It's kind of funny. It's like
Doesn't it have like a crazy release? Like
Yeah,
lineup?
don't- yeah,
I
let's
won't
say-
go into
let's
that.
save it.
I just vaguely
Let's
remember
save it.
something of that. But anyway,
At the time of this recording, you're going to have a real difficult time buying a physical copy of this.
no, you could get it on Amazon, but you're not finding it in
I meant
stores.
no, I
but-
said at your local store.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
You can order it online, but
your Best Buy won't have it anymore. A Target might.
yeah, you'll have to buy it online and have it shipped.
Not
as-
here. I checked Target.
Really?
At least
Yeah.
online.
I guess it's just the new release crap now.
Yeah.
So you'll have to buy it and have it shipped to your house because physical media is no longer available at your local Best Buy.
I'm going to be fair. I'm not supporting physical media as I should
Yeah.
because I can't do it.
We do what's easiest and that bites us in the butt.
I do because it's
And
better.
I respect you for it. And you are right. It is better. I will acknowledge that.
I think for me, it's the audio now that
It's-
has been too compressed.
I would say even the visuals are better too, especially with them like being all like again 4K is now like a premium like
Yeah, it's
product
upgrade.
on Max or something.
it's
like,
behind
what
a
are we doing?
paywall.
What are we doing?
Well,
it's a tier.
That's what I'm saying, like a tiered paywall.
It's nickel and diming. They're all bad.
and by the end of the month, Amazon's going to charge
Yeah.
you more to not see ads.
yeah, and then they're increasing it.
So that
it's,
I'm probably going to be
so
canceling.
who knows?
Prime, too.
Maybe like physical media will make a resurgence after these.
Hey,
people-
vinyl records are coming back. They're
That's what I'm
on
saying.
their way out of the dirt.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So Blu-ray come back.
Well, if you choose the highest tier of our Patreon account, you'll have access to the Popcorn Priest permanent collection. Go to patreon.com/Popcorn Priest for details. All right, you guys. Are you ready for Popcorn Popcorn reviews the reviews. And I have a soundbite as well.
Oh, good. I'm glad we get to hear some negative reviews.
Listen to this.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Is that great? That's great. I thought you guys would like that.
Yeah.
All right, what do you guys want? I give you the choice as my guests.
Well, I feel like I know what all the positive reviews are going to be because they're going to be what I believe.
You don't.
Well, but then you're also going to know what the negative reviews are going to be like because you can.
They might dislike it for other reasons than the one I'm assuming.
People are either going to be enthralled or they're just going to be grossed out.
That's
confused.
the one I'm assuming will be like the main
Do you
factor
want
behind all the negative reviews.
The whiplash, or do you want to go all bad, all good?
I like the whiplash. It's fun to do the back and forth.
All right, do you want to end on a high note or end on a low note?
End on a low note. That's
Yeah.
the best.
Okay. All right, here's your first 10 out of 10. Finally getting recognition, says McSeff. I am ashamed to say it, but I have to admit, the first time I saw this film was only about a year ago. After seeing it, I immediately rushed out and bought the DVD collector's edition and have watched it many times since. The film is terrific on many levels. It works as your straight monster or action type film, as a horror sci-fi, and also has a very intriguing look into the human psyche. The incredible sense of paranoia, mistrust, and fear lent not only by Carpenter's direction, which is stunning, but also by the incredible acting of the cast in general. Kurt Russell, obviously, is spectacularly understated in the lead role of MacReady, and as a direct result, he feels like a real person rather than a Hollywood all-American hero.
No, he's that too.
Yes,
He's also
He's also
that.
my friend.
he is my yes, he is my friend. The other cast members all carry off their roles with style, and the net result is an intensely believable, atmospheric, and truly fantastic film. 10 out of 10. By the way, I highly edited this one. It was so long.
Yeah, just filled with just like
gushing.
effluent. Yeah,
he
it sounds
loved-
like it just
yeah.
from his intro there.
Yeah, he loved
There was a reason I have Kurt's portrait framed and hung up over the television in my living room.
I'm gonna just insert my biography in here just so you can learn a little bit about me and what I like.
By the way, I'm a small-time amateur filmmaker myself, and I really admire Carpenter's work.
Yeah, like the people who go to those like film Q&As. Like, as a filmmaker myself, Mr. Carpenter.
Here's a link to some of my projects if you'd like to watch them.
Yeah.
All right, here's your first 10 out of 10.
Can you rate my screenplay?
Incredibly revolting film,
Now we're talking.
says M. Singer.
It's correct.
I've only seen one other film that affected me as badly and as permanently. Pasolini's Solo.
Salo? She's comparing this with that.
That's not even close. Wow.
I mean, I like that you called her a she, but I agree. There,
Oh, did I? Gosh, dang it.
it's okay. There, the film was revolting for a reason. Here, it is just revolting. Badly.
She doesn't think there's a reason for they or
Here, let me get
Biology is a harsh mistress.
Badly written and badly acted.
Whatever.
Nothing but pure shock and gore and the most repulsive special effects I've ever seen.
That sounds like she thinks they were good special effects.
I mean, it worked. It did what it was supposed to do. No story, stupid characters, and patently ridiculous. Patently?
Passively?
Patently.
I think I've heard it used that way before. I don't know if that's right, though.
I don't know. There are ways to be frightened, but this is about as entertaining as mutilating yourself. I swore when I saw it back at its release that if John Carpenter had been in the lobby of the theater, I would have punched him for making me feel so thoroughly disgusted.
No, I think this is a guy now. I don't think, yeah.
I don't
No,
think
I
a
could-
lady would have gone to the opening of the
Yeah,
thing.
or been like, feel the need to fight the director.
No, that I can totally see. She's going to hit him with her purse for putting her through that
maybe,
experience.
maybe.
Oh, punch.
Punch, yeah, no, I'm envisioning, like, he's got a,
That's a fist.
yeah,
All right, fair enough.
That still holds true. Whatever else good he may have done, I have never been able to have any respect for Carpenter after seeing this.
that's very
She
interesting.
didn't like seeing James Woods chase
You
vampires?
don't even know.
He has talent beyond doubt, but this film also shows that he has a heart of pure schlock. I truly hate this movie, and I wish I had never seen it. 1 out of 10 stars.
That sounds fake. I don't believe that person.
That sounds like a Ridley Scott review.
All right, here's your next 10 out of 10. The Last John Carpenter classic. Says David Sim 240.
I don't buy. No. I disagree.
Vampires was also entertaining.
Like the Prince of Darkness is good. I
haven't seen that.
Yeah, I have only seen like half of his stuff, but like to say that he stopped making good stuff there, so shut up.
In 1982,
Disrespect.
this, and I apologize. I know we were going to wait to talk about this, but this review talks about it, so I'm sorry. In 1982, the two films were released within weeks of each other that were both about aliens. Steven Spielberg's E.T. and John Carpenter's The Thing. Of the two films of them, E.T. was the one that won the hearts of people the world over, even though The Thing debuted first. Because people were so entranced with Spielberg's warm, fuzzy, feel-good alien fable, they stayed away from The Thing in droves.
Well, wasn't E.T. like the highest grossing film of the year?
What kind of weird, like backseat like I'm going to be a psychologist for the entire movie going to public.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this adult film, and well, let's not call it an adult film. Film aimed at adults.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
And obvious family film.
Family-ish people.
Yeah, like it's a film about family and aliens in the family.
Correct. The Thing,
harboring illegal aliens in the family.
Yeah.
The Thing is one of John Carpenter's finest films. In fact, I'm tempted to say it's the best film he's ever made, even surpassing classics like Halloween and Dark Star. The reason why I place The Thing at the top of Carpenter's list is that it feels like the last film of his that could truly be called a classic.
It's probably his best one.
I would say probably.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen all of them. All the others thereafter, I felt like Carpenter was slumming it. Films that didn't flow with the cool sophistication and ragged intensity so prevalent in his earlier works. But The Thing had John Carpenter at the peak of his powers. Never has he generated suspense to such an unbearable degree. Not even in the ferocious assault on Precinct 13. From the second the alien makes
That was before this, though.
I know.
Yeah.
From the second the alien makes its presence known, Carpenter ratchets up the tension level relentlessly. And when he delivers his punches, they come with an agonizing jolt. 10 of 10. All right, here's your second 1 out of 10. This was a short one.
All right, let's hear it.
Ridiculous, says Ragoster.
There ain't no aliens in real life.
Ragoster. Where the heck in Antarctica a man can hold a battle with bare hands, dressed with a shirt and wearing no hat? Pouring whiskey and listen, I'm reading it directly.
Being out in the cold without a hat on.
Pouring whiskey in a computer that costs more than $1,000 these days. People who live in North Canada and Siberia will laugh from the beginning. And wolves in Antarctica? 1 out of 10.
He didn't get the movie. No. But they weren't wolves. They were huskies.
They were sled dogs.
Correct.
They're dogs. They're used for sled travel.
They're brought by the humans, just
That's
like all the
how
other supplies.
the exploration of Antarctica was initially carried out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's, I actually have other issues with like things where I'm like, is that? But that's not it.
We'll bring it up in puzzles.
I wouldn't even call them issues. They're just eyebrow raising questions.
Let's bring that up in puzzles next week.
Okay.
All right.
Just easy now. Easy now.
Last 10 out of 10. Why The Thing? Says Alst. A-L-L-S-T. Alst. Any people has got a film they think of as their favorite movie? That's the sentence. I'm going to say it one more time. Any people has got a film they think as of their favorite movie? My movie will always be John Carpenter's The Thing, with an exclamation point. The main reason why this movie is a cult film is perhaps the splatter effects created mainly by genius Rob Beaton. And that this is the movie that made Kurt Russell what he is today, along with Escape from New York.
Which was the year before.
In my opinion, this is not a great film because of the effects. It has to do with the story, the atmosphere, and of course the acting. I have watched thousands and thousands of movies, 3 to 6 every day for the last 10 years.
Wow.
Whoa.
But none has had the impact on me as this one, not even the great Das Boot.
Wild. Now I'm.
3 to 6 movies a day?
Where does Das Boot come out of?
I mean, he just likes it,
Wow.
but I don't.
Just the last movie you expect to hear.
Here, he's going to give us some pro tips next.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I'm sitting here listening. This man has watched thousands of movies. So
Here's my suggestion to you, who likes sci-fi and horror movies.
yes.
Place yourself in the good chair of your home.
All right.
Be sure you're not interrupted by anyone.
That's right.
If you ain't got a projector, sit close to your TV
I thought he was going to be like, buy one.
and watch this miracle of a film. Let it absorb you, and you will see it my way. Another tip from Ulst. Best view time, late February between 5 and 9 in the evening.
No, I agree with this. I think it is a fantastic winter movie more than anything else.
Yeah, I agree. That and like, what's the Leonardo DiCaprio?
The Revenant,
The Revenant.
is another fantastic
Great winter movie.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger.
All right, here's your last 1 out of 10. Not a good thing, says McFrog.
See what he did there? I got it.
He's very clever, McFrog. John Carpenter's The Thing is a movie that's mostly remembered for its disgusting special effects.
Well, I think that's a little editorializing there.
Remove them, and the movie isn't all that special. It has some scary parts, but most of the time it just relies on lots of gore and cheap jump scares. The Thing is also a very boring movie. I had the same problem with Alien. Nothing very interesting happens in between the monster scenes. I don't care about the potty mouth characters in either movies. None of them are likable. 1 out of 10.
That sounds
I
like my
mean,
uncle.
that's an interest. It's like he doesn't like the monster parts, and he also doesn't like the boring in between parts. This is an unpleasable person.
I think he's just miserable in general. He hates every part of life.
yeah,
gotta say
you
this-
can't.
I hate the parts.
What are you looking for?
I hate the parts where my wife's talking. I hate the part where my wife doesn't say anything to me. I hate the part laying next to my wife.
And I hate it when she's gone.
I just hate my wife. I hate everything.
But I love her so dearly.
Please don't leave me, honey.
I don't understand. Like, most times people who do they go into a movie without watching a trailer at all? I mean, I
don't
try
know.
to because I don't want to have any
If you know that
spoilers.
you're already going to want to watch it based on
that's-
like a plot description or
But
like
2 minutes.
who's making
2
it.
minutes doesn't really tell you the story of what you're
But
going to
why
sit
would
through
you
in
go
2
in
hours.
to a John Carpenter film?
Yeah,
Because
I know.
that's how much people hate their lives. They need to be distracted somehow.
I don't know.
I mean, let's see what. This is gorier than Halloween.
Oh, very much so. Halloween doesn't even
For sure.
Yeah, no, Halloween
is
doesn't really have
tame
anything.
comparatively.
All right, let's get into should or shouldn't you watch this? Okay, I'm going to give you 5 reasons and then you add to it, okay?
Okay.
Number 1, if you want to see a masterclass in horror practical effects, this is for you. Number 2, if you like winter movies in the winter, this is for you. We have already established
You know
that.
what? I think they also work in the summer. Like, but that's kind of for another reason.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's research.
Because I watched The Revenant as another example just during like a heat wave, and I was like, this is funny.
That's awesome. Yeah. Number 3,
Wouldn't happen if they're in Scottsdale.
if you want the Beatus to be in your sci-fi horror movie,
I
get
didn't
off.
realize it was him. He looked so much younger compared to the commercials.
The Beatus hadn't taken hold of him yet. Get off your horse and get ready to live. That's a very deep cut reference to a diabetes commercial where he got off of a horse and he was talking about Beatus.
Have you seen the SNL making fun of him with John Goodman, where he's got to get off the large horse onto a very large dog and then fall
Correct.
to the ground?
Exactly. That's what I'm referencing, both of those things. All right, number 4, if you're afraid of needles, scratching sounds, this is not for you. I don't like needles.
It's not that bad.
There's like not that many
there's
needles.
3-4 needle scenes, man.
I know,
They're
but
really
like,
tame.
and then also the metal scratching blood might
but-
be spoilery. Sorry, but might not like.
I feel like
That's part of the tension, though. I
Crazy
mean,
though, like 'cause
yeah.
I feel like if you're squeamish in that way, like there's so many other things that are would already be deal.
the movie's gonna, yeah, the movie's
Well,
gonna be
and this
horrible
might be spoilery, and I don't even care. Number 5, if you want to see a mouth in a stomach, this is sure for you. All right, any reasons that I missed? that you should watch The Thing from 1982.
Or not. I mean, yeah.
Or
if
not
you're-
watch
If you're
it.
just squeamish, don't watch it. It's easy as that.
It's very gory. and
yeah, it's like
graphic.
it's gross. Like it's like intentionally.
Super.
It's intentionally gross.
Correct.
But that's part of the
Like
fear.
it is like like the body horror description. I think is apt. Like I mean, it's not quite like
that
but
one
like,
scene where one person's pretty much getting eaten by and
yeah,
swallowed whole by
it
another
gets you.
person.
You know, it's a squeamish giant deform like
It's a horror
mutations.
movie.
It's an organism
I know, but,
absorbing
like,
new life.
What makes it scary? It's like
Correct.
this is an obscenity. Like is essentially the thing. It's like this is not natural.
Yes.
This is
An abomination
Yeah,
of
it's
God.
an abomination.
Correct.
That's why he tried to hide it in the ice. But then
Like
we had
and
to
it's like
find
it's covered in slime and it's not right. It's got 20 arms. You know.
Yeah, it's very unsettling.
Yeah, it's just It's so like that's like where it's coming from in terms of like why it's, and that's like the point is to like fill you with like a horror of something so unnatural. But
I feel like this would be a great movie for like a Halloween party,
yeah,
Oh, it definitely would.
although again, I think it's better as like a dead of winter movie,
like February.
Isolated, dark, and cold. Yeah.
late
Get into the
January,
atmosphere.
early February.
Yeah, like Elst told us to watch it in late February between the hours of 5 and 9 in the evening.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 5 and 9 in the evening somewhere else in the world except here. So we almost did it right.
Correct. Any last reasons why you should or shouldn't you watch this?
Feel like H.P. Lovecraft, like that kind of science
Oh,
fiction, like
very much
cosmic
so.
horror stuff.
Yeah, I
this
agree.
is
Out
like
on the ice.
kind of like a loose adaptation of like In the Mountains of Madness. Like it's very similar in several ways, but
I just like
so
it's
if you like that kind of stuff,
like isolation films. They're sealed off. It's just 10 guys trying to figure out who's who and how to trust each other.
I mean, there's no real character arcs. I would say it's not that type of movie.
all right, no.
No.
Like there is a plot, and the plot is interesting and engaging, and you know it keeps your interest. But
And I like that not everything is explained.
there's no women in it, which is actually pretty funny. Like it's what stands out about the prequel. It's like they're like, we can't. What are we doing?
Yeah, we gotta
Which
have-
I mean, if you actually were like, I mean, maybe in the '80s it was different, but I mean, there would be plenty. There's plenty of women in
Norwegians were more progressive
research-
than Americans back in our 19
Yeah, maybe there was some Norwegian dead.
Like
women.
yeah, it's like there's plenty of women in the research stations in Antarctica, like, so you wouldn't do it that way now. But
Yeah, if you're a feminist, you might not like this.
I don't think that would be the reason you would like it.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, it is a thing.
It is it's I would say that's
All right,
its own kind of thing.
very very male centric. Let's say.
let's jump into by the numbers.
For God's sakes, just give me the damn number!
All right. You probably already know this, Cole. What's the budget? If you don't, I have the number.
20?
Incorrect.
10 million.
Oh, in the middle, 15.
I knew it was going to be lower.
And unfortunately made
7.
14.2 million.
What?
Box office
So they
bomb.
blame E.T.
They do blame E.T.
But guess what it opened against as well?
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
But that also got panned, so it didn't really
Yeah,
help.
that was also a bomb.
Yeah, which is ironic that both of those movies
Yeah, this
later.
is just Spielberg ruining movies. That's what it looks like to me.
It got too big too fast.
If the adjusted for inflation, that would be $49 million only.
Budget or gross?
They're the same. 14.2 versus 15 million.
Oh, right. I was thinking 20.
Same thing. All right, this is interesting. We're talking about the budget. The film's budget, which we said was 15 million, was substantially larger than the average horror films of the time.
Average was probably like $5 million.
I mean,
at the
you can
time, I'm
see it.
guessing. Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
I've got 3. Friday the 13th, 1980, cost how much?
2 million.
$700,000.
Yeah, no, I remember when I was watching those early ones. It's like
That definitely shows.
Like how do they keep making these? And it's just like they were printing money because it's like they didn't cost anything to make. They were just
It's
turning
still
them out.
that way.
They were all the
Yeah.
same, and then just dumb teenagers would
well,
just
look
go
at-
watch them in droves.
Look at Paranormal Activity
Like it's
now and
so scary.
Blair Witch and Saw.
That's why we continue to have horror movies all the time.
Yeah.
They're way low budget, and people love to go get scared.
Friggin' Saw was like $1 million. I think the first one.
Yeah,
Guess what John Carpenter's original Halloween cost?
Oh,
less than that.
it was like 300,000 or lower.
Yeah, $375K.
It was, I think they like literally crowdfunded all that money too to make Halloween. He pretty much made it independently.
That's crazy. All right, I pulled up. I have all the numbers if you have questions for me, but I have the top 10 from 1983 or 82, excuse me.
Movies?
E.T.
Movies. E.T., we already mentioned, was number 1. Made $359 million.
In 82?
Correct.
Oh my hell.
Isn't that insane?
Wow.
Next is Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Those came out at the same time?
Yeah.
Same year.
Man.
This same year, yeah.
Man, Spielberg was cooking.
Rocky 3,
What did Rocky make?
124 million.
Which one was 3? Was that Drago or was that 4?
No,
4 is
Drago.
Drago.
Which one's 3? Something.
Some punching going on.
He beat up somebody.
Number 4 on Golden Pond. Number 5, An Officer and a Gentleman.
Oh my.
Number 6, Porky's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's a reason there was Porky's too, baby.
Number 7, Arthur. Number 8,
Wow.
Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
Wow.
9, Poltergeist.
Yeah.
The past really is a foreign country, isn't it?
Steven Spielberg yet again.
Spielberg had his fingers in everything.
He was killing. No, there's a reason why he's a billionaire.
Destroying movies.
And number 10,
Yeah,
The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Number 10. Wait, with what? How much?
$69 million.
You're kidding me. And that.
I didn't make
What was
that
on the
number
Golden
up.
Pond movie? I've never heard of it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I've never heard of that either.
It's like a war movie.
I've never heard of
I'm looking this up.
Yeah, it's pretty popular.
That was number 5.
Guess where The Thing ended up?
the very bottom.
37.
43.
So close.
It has become, I love this. It has become a tradition. These are all numbers, by the way, because we're in by the numbers. It has become a tradition in British Antarctic research stations to watch The Thing as part of their midwinter feast and celebration held every June.
Yeah,
21st.
I've heard that because, during the winter, airplane service gets cut off because the weather doesn't allow for it, and so you are there.
You're there
for
really
the
isolated.
duration.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
The film is considered a benchmark in special makeup effects. The effects were created by Rob Beaton, who was only 22 when he started the project. As the film moved into post-production, Rob found himself virtually living at the studio. He was forced to break from this when he was diagnosed with exhaustion and admitted to the hospital.
I'm sure it was quite the task. At the time.
where did he get his start?
It
seems like you don't get that job
I don't
for
know.
your first gig.
Look up Rob Beaton.
You're probably worried about flaming out on a big production.
See what other films he was involved in. To give the illusion of icy Antarctic conditions, interior sets on the LA sound stages were refrigerated down to 40 degrees Fahrenheit while it was well over 100 degrees outside.
Nice.
On Golden Pond, Henry Fonda plays Norman, who is a curmudgeon with an estranged relationship with his daughter Chelsea. At Golden Pond, he and his wife nevertheless agree to care for Billy, the son of Chelsea's new boyfriend, and a most unexpected relationship blooms with
It sounds terrible.
Katharine Hepburn.
It's not a war movie.
Listen to me. I never saw it.
It sounds like something.
That sounds like the most eye roll, pretentious garbage. I mean, maybe it's fine. I don't know.
It's probably not, but
Well, I mean,
it's not for us.
Are you saying the 1982 movie-going public was wrong?
7.6 on IMDb with 70% on Metacritic.
Listen, not
Roger
all of
Ebert
those
gave it 100%. Sorry,
not all of those 10 movies are for me.
Yeah, I guess not.
they hit all the genres that year. That's why they made so much money. They
All right.
covered their spread.
I only have 2 more, and that's it. The British Columbia town of Stewart was chosen as the main location as it is the snowfall capital of North America. The camp was built in July 1981 in anticipation of filming commencing in December. The temperature ranged between 0 degrees Fahrenheit and negative 15 degrees Fahrenheit during the shoot. It cost the production $75,000 just to keep cast and crew warm in winter gear.
Man, this guy has been all over. Airplane, The Fog, The Howling, The Thing, Twilight Zone, the movie, Legend.
Wait. So
Howling.
is this the special effects? The Fog was before The Thing, so that's how he got in with Carpenter.
He's been doing this since forever.
So, okay, no, it makes sense. He had a working relationship with John Carpenter from a previous movie, which would make more sense for a young person to get involved in. So, yeah.
RoboCop 3,
Uh,
Deep Rising. I love that movie.
That's sad, but
My last, by the number. How long do you think it took Kurt Russell to grow the famous McCready beard and hairstyle?
day.
6 months.
1 year.
Single day.
Hey, I'm halfway there. That's gonna be my new
There's
inspiration.
no way he knew that he was going to be playing this for a year. I guess they started in 1981.
Well, if you're doing Escape from LA, you're probably talking about working on your next project together, which his hair is already long in that movie.
Well, I have some interesting trivia
Escape
next
from New
week.
York. LA was a 90.
Sorry, New York. I'm probably going to get stabbed for that.
I may for being wrong.
Yeah. Is there anything we should talk about before we break and come back next week?
Well-
spoiler zone.
Do we say you should or shouldn't yet?
Yeah, we watched. Yeah, we said that. We're
No,
not
you
giving.
said you gave the 5 reasons why.
Yeah.
Right,
We're not giving our rating yet.
Right.
But-
I'm out of touch.
Okay.
Out of time.
At this point, there may be spoilers up ahead. So if you want to watch and then come back next week and join us for our breakdown of, hey, that's my blood.
And you should. What are you doing?
From
Watch this movie.
1982.
That's my blood.
I'm on the social medias. I dare you to message the great Popcorn Priest at Popcorn Priest. I love movies and would love it if you would share the love. Share this with the movie lover in your life. Another way to support the show is by throwing some money to me at patreon.com/Popcorn Priest and see what extra perks you can enjoy. Lastly, the easiest way to support the show and the most free is like and subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Easier than finding out if you're the thing or not. As always, thanks for listening, and thanks to my guests, Sail Away Tribe and Up in the Air Cole. Always a pleasure, my brothers. Join us next week for part 2 of The Thing, or What Blood Type Are You Again? From 1982.
I still don't know what my blood type is.
I don't either.
I'm going to go get it drawn.
Yeah, go give blood. Donate, people.
Well, the last time I
Can,
went,
again.
they said my
Sometimes you
blood
can't.
pressure was too high.
Not if you have The Thing blood.
Yeah, there's plenty of reasons why.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.